Tits Out wants to know, what's your take, Anna? Will it ever be the same after that family reunion? Oh,
will you ever eat the pancake mix?
Anna, the syrup.
Oh my fucking God, the syrup shit. Did you know more about that, Chrissie?
I didn't mention it at all.
Oh my God. So for everyone that does, I'll tell LeeAnn since LeeAnn wasn't there. Okay.
Yes, syrup cake.
LeeAnn, here's some drama. So every week during the summer, my boyfriend has 3 brothers, and one of the brothers lives in Idaho. And so 1 week out of the summer, the brother has the girls and he comes down, and everyone just kind of stays at his parents' house up in the mountain. So I was up in the mountain for the entire week. And so he went through a really messy divorce, but he's really good friends with his ex-wife's sister, because like his ex-wife's batshit crazy. Like she murdered his dogs. Like that batshit crazy. And then the sister knew that she was crazy. And so she let him live with her and like her husband. And they have a son who's the same age as one of his daughters. So all the cousins get along. And so they come down too, even though they're not like blood related and like not marriage anymore, but they still come down. Yeah. Right. Cool. And so it was all of us on the mountain. And every morning the granddad, or my boyfriend's dad, he makes pancakes, and I hate maple syrup and I don't like breakfast food. So I don't really eat any of the pancakes. And then they're like, Anna, why don't you eat pancakes? And I was like, well, I only eat it with this one type of very specific syrup, which is boysenberry syrup. And it's hard to find. And I'm like, I'm not hungry anyway that early. So like, I'm just not going to eat. And they're like, we're going to go to the store and we're going to get, boysenberry syrup. And I was like, okay, I'll go with you so that, I can buy it and whatnot. And they didn't tell me they were leaving. So the brother who got divorced, his new girlfriend, and then the sister went to the store without me, and they come back and she makes this big deal about how she found the boysenberry syrup. And she's like, I had to go to the organic food section. It was like $10. Here's like the tiny bottle of your fancy syrup. She wasn't being like a bitch about it, but like she made a point. Yeah. I'm a hero. I found your syrup. And then the next day we're having the pancakes, and everyone was kind of like already eating and whatnot. So I used it. And then when I was done, I took the syrup back into the kitchen to clean up after myself because I didn't know anyone else wanted this fucking syrup. And so when after that, she comes back out with the syrup and makes like kind of a stink about how she's like, this syrup is for everyone. It's not just for Princess Anna.
What?
And my boyfriend said she was going to say more, but he was like right there and like she made eye contact, but she was kind of making a point about how it's not just for me. And she didn't know that I was like over by the pool so I could hear her too. And then after I went on Ashton and Chrissie's stream, they were streaming, and I kind of vented about that. After that, I went back into like, we sleep in like a pop out trailer that has like beds and stuff because there's not enough room in the house. I was in there to charge my phone, and I hear her talking with the brother's new girlfriend about me more.
Whoa. You didn't tell us this part.
Yeah, I know, because it was after I got off the stream with you. And so the new girlfriend, like obviously that's her first time meeting all of us, and she's just like, is Anna always like that? But I think she was making more of a point, like I'm really reclusive, and I'll go off and be by myself. And also they smoke, and I don't like being around cigarettes.
I would do the same thing. I'm exactly like you. I'm reclusive too, and people think I'm a bitch, and I'm not. I just like being alone.
Yeah. Well, it's like I really don't see the point in having like random conversations about nothing, and they're really judgmental, or not his parents, not his family, but like that sister in particular. She's very judgmental and like loud and obnoxious, and it's fine if I'm like just chilling, but it's like they judge you if you just sit there and are polite and don't say anything.
Yeah, exactly. So there's no pleasing them.
Yeah, exactly. So I either hang out with the kids or I go off into the wilderness and paint. But I'm sitting there listening to them, and like the new girlfriend is like, oh, is Anna like always like this? And she's like, yeah, like, she likes things a certain way and everything. She didn't say it exactly like this, but it was kind of the point of basically that I'm weird. And she was implying that everyone has to like not abide by me, but has to kind of deal with me in the way that I am. And I'm like we have to deal with you.
Yeah, like you have particular tastes, but like that's just laziness on their part. Like once someone gets to know you, you don't impress upon like your demands on anybody. Like you're very easy. You'll kind of opt out. You'll hang back. Like even when we were like in Orlando, me, you, and Brittany, like we would go to like, you know, restaurants and shit that like you didn't like. And it would, you know, I mean, it's not like you always have to get your way or particular about your likes and dislikes, but you don't like strong arm a group over it.
Exactly. I'm not going to inconvenience people because I am weird, you know?
Yeah, that's how I am too. I don't like to inconvenience people. So I'm like, I'll stay home. I don't care. Like, I'm good.
It was really weird. It's really weird too, because I'm very particular with like the kind of people I go to amusement parks with, because I feel like I'm way more into amusement parks and like things like you and I like got to do together than most people. And sometimes when I bring people to amusement parks, they get kind of like, I don't get why you're into this. Like kids are into this. And there are certain people who want to do very specific things. They want to have a set plan. Whereas like you and I had like the best time for 2 days. And I didn't get that vibe from you at all. So,
well, see, and that was like just meeting you for like, you know, not like in the first time, but like that was the first time you and I like hung out like for that extended amount of time in person. But so the story continues. I'm not done. So I hear like them talking about me and they bring up this syrup and I'm like, again, I would have paid for it if I went there. But then the new girlfriend, she was like, and my boyfriend is really easy to get along with. And so I think she was really like uncomfortable because like she couldn't get the clicky connection with like my boyfriend's mom or the dad. And so my boyfriend's really easy to like just click with and like have drinks with and like play like the games that we were all playing with. And so she was hanging out with him a lot and I'm completely fine. Like I was like, all right, I know what it's like to be like the new girlfriend meeting the family. And then we were going to the store. And like me and him had already talked about how we were going to the store because I was starving to death because I'm such a picky eater. I'm like, baby, you need to take me to the store to get fucking food. Aww. And I also wanted to check and see about the fucking syrup because I knew, I'm like, they don't have an organic fucking fancy section at that grocery store. I'm like, what is she talking about? And so the new girlfriend is like, oh yeah, let me go. And well, she was talking with him in the kitchen, not knowing I was in the next room. And so like we start going, then she realized that I was going. And I don't know why. I've got the feeling like she didn't want to be around me. And so when we got to the store, I realized why. It's because she knew I was going to find out that the other lady was lying about check. Because LeeAnn, I go down the syrup aisle. It's right there. And it was $3.49, I think.
Wow, dude.
He showed us in a group chat the prices of this syrup.
Oh no, it was like maybe a little bit over. I don't remember.
So petty.
She
just doesn't like you, period.
Hold up. I know you sent us a picture of the price too.
Yeah,
so
I did. And I sent it from, I think, 2 different stores. There's like 2 stores in town because it's a tiny mountain town. And I was like, $10 from the organic section? My fucking ass. I bought 2 bottles of it, brought it back to the house, and how she made a big stink about, oh, Anna's a princess. It's her thing. It's for everyone. And I brought it in and my boyfriend's mom, she's like, oh, he's like, why'd you get more syrup? I was like, oh, because I know everyone likes it. And I'm so glad everyone likes it. So I got more. And then like I saw her like see it and she knew that I knew she was lying. See? See, look at that. Blueberry, strawberry, or is that raspberry? Oh, yeah, raspberry and boysenberry. $3.88.
You're worth
and then you sent us
a whole fucking gallon for you.
That is just so petty. Like, she just doesn't like you, period. She found a reason to get on you, and she was waiting for it. She's
so
like,
Anna,
pick on her for something. This is it. This is
my
chance.
Anna then sent us a picture of a regular bottle of maple syrup.
But that was from a different store, Ashton. So the one you just showed us from the regular grocery store. I went to the only other store in town later. This is the regular one.
It's $8. It's more expensive for regular maple syrup.
Oh, Caro, this is the syrup they say you can make your own baby formula out of, like the old school 60s formula version. Interesting. Wow.
So
and I was gonna say, like, it's no big deal. Like regular maple syrup often goes for $10. That's not
well, the thing is, like those bottles, it's kind of deceptive. They're like this big. They're really small. Like they're not like a normal size bottle. But then like also like one of the daughters, like she's she's 8 or 10, I can't remember. But even like she made a point to say something about the syrup. So I know that they all have talked about me. And I remember one time his mom said that the ex-wife, I guess, lied and said that I was talking shit about my boyfriend's parents. And she's like, did Anna say that? And I was like, I know I have nothing bad to say about his parents. So I'm like, like the sisters. Because I was telling my boyfriend, he's like, no fucking way. Like that they're saying that. And I'm like, I wish I would have recorded it. I fucking wish I would have recorded it.
I
But
think she's just jealous of
petty.
you. She's jealous of you. She's petty. She's insecure with herself. She's got to take it out on someone else in the world. Like,
it's so weird.
But it's like you're stuck on a mountain for like a week, and it's gonna be every single year. So why would you do that?
She's insecure and she's bored, so she needs something to do and something to play with because she's too insecure to find a real hobby or real interest.
Does Mio make syrup?
Anna, you are the most chill person, like one of the most laid back, fun people to be around. After spending like
beautiful and talented.
I spent 2 days with you, like 2 full days with her, like at theme parks and doing things like feeding alligators and whatnot. Like Anna, you are the most chill person I've met. I've brought to these events with me and whatnot. Like I don't.
Patrick wants to know if Mio has syrup. They should.
No, but that wouldn't be the same. But no, I just got irritated because I'm like, there's literally no reason for any of this drama. And she's making it. And now, and I told him, I was like, I'm always nice to someone as long as they're nice to me. Like, even if I don't agree with them, like, if you're nice to me, I have absolutely no reason to be a dick to you. But now I'm just like, you lost any respect I had for you.
In her attempt to probably bond with other members in the house, she might have been raised like kind of similarly to I was in the fact that like not asking for shit was seen as like a virtue, like having no particular wants or interests was seen as like a good thing, like because the minute you ask for something specific, it's like you're seen as high maintenance or like you're like being greedy or I don't know, materialistic or something. So maybe in her mind, like asking for something in particular is
Anna didn't even ask her.
Being
like,
extra. Yeah. Or having need
I hate when people do that too.
Yeah.
I'm like, I said I'm fine, dude. I don't want it. And they'll just keep pressing it. I'm like, I really don't. Because I do not care. I don't care. I have no wants or needs really ever. I don't care. Like, I really don't care. I'm like, just no.
Starting drama when there's like absolutely no need for it, it's just, I don't see the logic in it at all.
It's not even a matter of just starting drama because anyone, you can just honestly ignore that. But like, if she's starting stuff with like your family and like a family that you care about and your personal relationships with these people, then yeah, that's pretty shady.
It's pretty fucking evil.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what's funny is after I bought the syrup and like she got a lot nicer to me after that because she knows that I know that she was lying, and I think she knows that I know that I must have overheard her in some way, shape, or form. And then the brother's new girlfriend like barely talked to me after that, but I don't know. It was just,
and she lied about the price. That's like a very high price jump. That's weird. Like,
that's
why
like
did
double
you
the
just
high
$10?
price? Like,
well, she made a big point about it. Like, it's in the organic section. It was like $10. I'm like,
yeah, this bitch only shops at Whole Foods. We're not good enough for her. Like, what?
It was almost $4. Like, you can't complain about that.
Like,
I know.
Okay.
She purposely lied about the price. Like, if she had said, it was like $5, I can see how she rounded that up, but she doubled the price.
She really rounded it up.
I know.
Make you look
she really rounded
like a bitch.
Hannah has crazy girl energy. Wow, Joey, big play.
I'm batshit crazy, but in this case, it's like I keep my batshit craziness like me, myself, and I try not to project that onto other people, but
contain it if you have to.
Line. I think Anna has the right to be crazy right now because if someone was going to my family members and like people that I have close relationships with saying lies about me and saying that kind of stuff about me to people that I like value my relationship with, I'd be really angry too. I'd be really upset. Especially there's no reason to.
Bruce says, Anna, LeeAnn, there are just some people who are not comfortable with those who are content with their own company. My family and I call those people weak-ass whiner babies. True that.
Doesn't bother me at all.
Oh, yes, we know. We asked that about Gavin already. Thank you. Tits out. That's a fascinating story. And I was actually asking if you're Pusey would ever go back to normal after a week after the Mount Shasta cousin love. All right.
Russell, I was not at Mount Shasta, and there was none of that.